Alright, hi everyone. So I'm back to do a book haul. And I know it's kind of weird for a beauty channel to be doing a book haul, but I don't know. I don't care. It's my channel, so I just kind of want to show you guys the things I enjoy, and I enjoy books because I love to read. So obviously, I'm going to show you guys a book haul so that maybe we can all get a book club going. Yeah, you guys like book clubs? I don't know. I kind of do. I've never really found one, but whatever. Like, I mean, we can maybe read similar books and suggest it to each other. I don't know. I don't know what kind of audience this will go towards, but you know, if you are someone who likes to read and someone who's into makeup, maybe you'll understand me. So yeah. So starting off with, the first thing that I picked up when I went there was Grimm's Complete Fairy Tale. And this is a big, humongous book, and it was only $7.98. So obviously I couldn't pass that up. And I still have, besides, I don't know, I just like the Grimm's fairy tales because they're just awesome. Anyways, yeah, I just like the Grimm's fairy tales, and it includes like a bunch of the ones that you've heard from your childhood, such as Red Riding Hood, Sleeping Beauty, The Frog Prince, Rapunzel, Hansel and Gretel. I don't know, but I'm really into fairy tales, and it's nice to have. Like, I feel like it's nice to have. So yeah. I also picked up the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales, and this one, it's okay. So like, for anyone who's into fairy tales and whatnot, like, we know that Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, and Snow White and all that, they're not from the same like author. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, Hans Christian is another like person who writes like fairy tales, because he wrote like The Ugly Duckling, he wrote Thumbelina, just like The Emperor's New Clothes. So yeah, childhood memories in one big book. And this one was also $7.98, so I also got this one, of course. And like, it's hardcover, but it has this, and I'm trying to find something to like go over this, because this is just paper, and I don't know, I don't know what sorry, I'm stuttering so much. I don't know why I'm stuttering, but I don't know what I'm gonna use as like an overlap. So if anyone knows like what they've done to books with hardcovers that to make sure that this isn't ripped and whatnot, please let me know below. Yeah. So with that out of the way, I kind of also got like classic books such as Aesop's Fable. We read this in elementary school a lot. I remember reading this in 5th grade especially, or 5th, was it 5th or 7th? And fables are basically kind of stories that give you morals, and morals are just things that you can learn from them. So, you know, in Turtle the Hare, it's like slow, easy does it, or something like that. But yeah, and I just thought, hey, I don't know. Okay, sorry, that was just like rambling, but yeah, I had to get Aesop's Fables because they reminded me of my childhood, and I really like the stories. And I don't know, it's just nice to have. I went on a more classical route, and I got Wuthering Heights by Emily Bront. And I've been meaning to read this book, but I haven't got time to it. And I was gonna check it out at the library, but since it was only $6.95 at Barnes & Noble, I just bought it because who can go wrong with classics? I know I for sure can't. And this has like the same, it's hardcover too, so which is really good, because usually hardcover is a little bit more expensive, and by a little bit more expensive, it's probably like twice, like 3 times the price of like softcover. So I'm really happy about that. It's just that now I don't have like any protection for the paper out here, and I need to go get something to protect it. But yeah, so that's what I got. And I also, okay, this is my favorite. I know this might be kind of cliche, like maybe a bunch of people have this, but this is basically my favorite classic author, and it's Jane Austen. And I'm pretty sure a bunch of people are probably like, well, that's only because she's famous or whatever, but like, in all honesty, that's my favorite classic author. Like, Jane Austen, like, I don't know. In high school, I did a whole Jane Austen marathon, a lot of Jane Austen's books, and they were really good. I thought they were really good. Like, it was really hard back in high school because, you know, like, she's a classic writer from like way back then. I don't know how far back then it was, sorry. Like, yeah, really good fan I am. But yeah, so like, she writes differently, and it's hard because like they don't speak as we speak now. So everything, I don't know, I just had to like stop every page or so and just kind of like take in all the information that was given at me. And my eyes might be kind of red. Wow, or is it just this? Anyways, but yeah, I had to kind of slow down, take in all the information before I move on. But I really liked it. I bought this big old Jane Austen book, and it has 4 of her books in it, and it has Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, and the next thing I got was kind of like it's kind of creepy. I don't know why I got this, because I'm pretty sure I might return it because it doesn't sound so. I read like so I'll just show you what I got. I got Snow White Blood Red, and it looks really creepy. Like at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, I kind of want to read it, but then it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to read it, because when you have an imagination and you actually use it when you read, it's scary. So yeah, but then it's just like the back kind of got me a little bit, because it was talking about how like well, let me just read it. It says Snow White Blood Red is an all-star collection of modern fantasies that evoke the light and dark elements of classic fairy tales. So I'm thinking that maybe it's like Snow White with a twist, or like, cause like I know that there's more than one fairy tale in it, but I'm thinking that it's kind of like Snow White with a twist, or like the Frog Prince with a twist, but it's not. It's like reality. What? I don't know. It's not scary. It's kind of okay, because I read like the inside excerpts, and I'm not even gonna bother reading this, but I'm just gonna return it. And it just says that like so like one of them is just okay. So the first story that they have is called Trowbridge, and I'm just gonna read a little synopsis of it so you kind of know what I'm talking about. So it says Trowbridge. In Neil Gaiman's fanciful coming-of-age tale, a young man escapes the clutches of a hungry troll, only to endure an adult life of betrayal, disappointment, and disenchantment. So to me, that's kind of like, okay, he escapes this troll thing, but then when he goes back to life, he discovers that nothing is magical. And we all know that I'm trying to find a book where I can escape into fantasy land, not come back to reality. And yeah, but then like basically, that's all it was for like each of the other 4 or 5 like stories in here. Anyways, moving on. I got Philippa Gregory's The Other Boleyn Girl. And this one was, okay, I saw this on the shelf for $16, and then I went to like to their like bargain price stalls, and this one was for $5.98, and it's basically the exact same cup thing, like the exact same thing. And I think the reason why it's $5.98 is because like on her face she has like little marks in it, like maybe someone dropped it, or maybe like it was a top book on like the box and it just has like markings. So I feel like that's how they price it on, because like she's kind of dirty. I don't know if you guys can see that, but she's kind of dirty. And I'm like, I don't care. It's $6. And The Other Boleyn Girl is basically about Henry VIII's wife's sister. And in high school, a lot of people read it and they really liked it, and I want to read it too, because I'm pretty sure if people like it, I liked it. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and read The Boleyn Girl and see how it goes. And if you guys want an update on any of these books, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna read all of them. But if you guys want an update on any of these books, just let me know in the comments below. But like, I love historical romances. Like the first book that I've ever got from like this section of the reading books, like from like historical romance, or even from like a romance novel, like the first book I ever got was The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. So Julia Quinn was the first historical romance author that I read from, and like The Duke and I was my first book. And you know, it's kind of like the first love, like you're like, ooh, I don't know, it's like special to me. Like The Duke and I is like a special book for me, and I'm glad that I was drawn into that world, because it kind of showed me something different. From the same author, I got The Secret Diaries of Miss Miranda Cheever, and this book is okay. I mean, like, it's not my favorite, but I love this author, so she makes me want to read it. It's okay. The characters are alright. I don't... Okay, so there are, like, books... Sorry, I have to wipe my chin because I'm kind of nasty. I spit on myself. Okay, so like from books, sometimes you can relate to characters really well, and I just find myself not being able to relate to these characters as much. But I still like the book, so yeah. And obviously this was only $4.49 at Walmart. And then I also got The Lady Most Willing, Julia Queen, and like the series that I have of her. Oh my goodness. I got this, and it's the Bridgertons the Bridgertons Happily Ever After, and it's okay. So like Julia Queen, she has like this series called the Bridgerton series, and it's basically about family, and there's like 8 of them, and each of them gets their own little book, and they're really popular. Like that series is really popular. I have to admit, I love that series. Like that's the series I love, and I have literally almost every one of Julia Queen's. Like I have literally almost all her books. I'm missing 5 of her books, and I will be like, but yeah, I'm not crazy about her. I'm like kind of like her biggest fan, but not really. You know what I'm talking about? Like I love all her books, but I haven't been crazy to the part of where I would go nuts if I couldn't meet her, you know? I don't know. I'm kind of like the biggest fan, but not really in that sense of the word. But anyway, I had to get myself, this one just came out, and I had to get it because I love the Bridgertons. And yeah, so if you're like, okay, if you guys are looking for a good like romance novel and you're into historical romance and whatnot, definitely check out Julia Queen and her Bridgerton series. Like I would recommend any of the Bridgerton series. I really like The Duke and I and The Viscount Who Loved Me. Those are the ones I recommend for you to kind of start off with. I don't know, just to keep it in line. Like if you just wanna, because like they are literally periodically after each other. So if you kind of like don't read the first book, you'll kind of miss out on some things that's mentioned in the next book and whatnot. So I mean, like read The Duke and I first, because this is the first book of the series, and then you kind of get introduced to all the characters and whatnot. Yeah, but I bought this and I'm loving this a lot. It has a little bit. Okay, I cried a little bit. Okay, so I literally cried a little bit when I read the last story in this, because the last story is their mom. Like if you know about like the Bridgertons and whatnot, you know that their father died like really young and stuff. And I don't know, like the last story is basically of like their mom and their dad, and like kind of like what she went through when he passed away, and then like it's just basically kind of like her life. The last story is like her life from when she was young. That's my little rant on the Bridgertons, and I really love them. I don't know. And while I was at Barnes & Noble, I went to the kids section because my niece, she loves to read. And I highly believe in encouraging kids to read, because, I don't know, I just think it's really good for them as they grow up. And since she really, really, really loves to read, I got her 100 classic stories. And it's really neat because, like, this is kind of like hardcover, but not really. You know, it's kind of like paper. It's like thicker paper because like it's kids, so like of course like you can bend it without breaking it, you know, so like it's bendy and stuff. And like what is this? Okay, so like the paper, it's just like it's nice to like, you know, it's the nicer paper that they have in kids books. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really nice. And I really like this because their table of contents tells you like, oh, which age groups that it's aiming for, because like say like your kid or your niece or your nephew is like from 4 to 6 years old. Like these are all like the stories that she can read, and she or he can read, you know, like, so say they're like 4 to 6 and I can't see, and these are all the stories that they can read. And there's a bunch of them because it is 100. And of course I haven't given this to her yet because she lives about 2 hours away, and I'm still at my apartment. And yeah, but I can't wait to see the face, like, cause I don't know, I just really encourage reading, and she really loves reading, and I just want to give her something too. So, and I didn't just want to give her one book, I wanted to give her like multiple books, so that like multiple like stories, so that she can kind of like decide which one she wants to read. And I don't know, like I feel like it's good to keep her busy. And then I had to indulge her a little bit, so I got her also a 5-minute princess stories. And it's not like the traditional like Cinderella story. It's just kind of kind of like off branches of the story. You know what I'm talking about? Like side stories of the story. So like the first title is Cinderella and the Lost Mine. Anyway, so that's it for my book haul. Let me know what kind of books you're interested in, or if you want me to do a review on any of the books that I've mentioned, please let me know so I can get reading. And give me about a week to do a review if you do let me know, so that I can read and let you know. If you want to give me any books that you think I would enjoy, please let me know below in the comment section. Make a video response of this. Anything's perfectly fine, basically. So, see you guys next time, and please subscribe.